the Indian guy's voice in Infamous. I forget his name off the top of my head, but he's the guy who does everything's voice now.
Troy Baker.
Troy Baker. That's Troy Baker, right?
I have to look into it, but yeah, Troy Baker does everyone.
I mean,
everything.
It sounds like as soon as I heard it, like I don't like listen to Troy Baker like 10,000 hours a day, but it sounds like Troy Baker's like default normal voice, where it's like it's basically his real life voice, but it's a little bit more gravel, so it sounds a little bit more serious. It's kind of like if I went like this, it's basically my voice, but like trying to sound a little cool. And I'm pretty sure it's Troy Baker. He's really good.
Was like, oh my goodness, and oh my god, Far Cry 4.
Yeah.
Ugh.
He was. Oh yeah, that's the thing. He is completely unrecognizable in Far Cry 4. Like that's the thing. It's like he has so many voices, and it's like Joel. Like even voices that sound pretty similar. Like he has like one or two voices he does a lot. Like normal, you know, mid-20s white American guy voice. He has like basically one voice for that. But even still, like give me a sec. I gotta fucking fast travel. No, my push to talk also makes me exit out of the fast travel menu, so I would keep exiting out after as soon as I enter the menu. So what happens is like in that game, like even voices where he sounds similar, like he's Joel in The Last of Us, and he's this guy. He's like Booker DeWitt in BioShock Infinite, right?
God, yes.
And while those voices are fairly similar, they're like American guys in their late 40s who are gruff and have gravelly voices, and who are like not cosmopolitan. Like, you know, one of them's from Texas, and I forget where the other one's from, but the other one's from, I don't know, he's from somewhere that I would consider, you know, country, right? Because I consider basically everyone who's not from who's not from a city with a lot of people country, right? But those characters don't really sound the same. I mean, they sound similar, but they don't sound like the same voice. And it's like when you listen to him, like when you listen to any voice actor, some voice actors who have really different voices, you'll only be able to tell because they breathe a certain way. Like, voice actors don't change the way they breathe for roles because they're not crazy people who are trying to trick the FBI. So, it's really hard to, like, I played Far Cry 4, I didn't beat it, but I got pretty deep in, and I never thought, oh yeah, that's him. I never thought that, and I was reading that it was him. I'm like, oh, who's he? He's not he's not the main character. And then I was like, oh, he's him, and I'm like, oh shit, that's Pro. I love him. He's pretty slick. He is the bomb. He is cool. I do indeed like him.
My best friend has like a man crush on him, so he watches, he plays everything that he's in.
Oh, okay, that's a little ridiculous. I do like him.
Wouldn't mind a look at your.
But no, tell me what you think about the content, not the voice actor.
Okay. The content. Here's some of the content. This does have to do with the voice acting. I think it's really cool that there's apparently going to be a voice acted main character. Because like basically every RPG is doing that, so for Bethesda to finally get in on it makes me feel good. I felt like they should have did it probably a few years ago. Probably should have did it with Skyrim. So that makes me feel cool. I think it's cool that there's apparently going to be either a flashback sequence or like a Matrix sequence or something where we get to hang out in the 50s for a while. It's not really the 50s, it was like 2085 or something like that. But you know, like the fake 50s for a while. That's cool. Other than that, I mean, the game looks good. It looks like, if that's what the game looks like, and it's like a big open world huge game, then I'm fairly excited. Only question I really have is what does the actual gameplay look like? Because you notice they showed no gameplay, right? Now,
yeah,
this game,
I mean, okay, yeah.
This game's gonna.
There was like some fast editing, some clips, but that
yeah,
was
but it's like what?
Like first person. Yep.
Yeah. That's like not really for real. That's like JK mode, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So it's like, what is it like? It is like, it's gonna be either primarily a first or third person shooter, but the Fallout games don't really have very strong shooter mechanic. So I'm interested in, is this game going to have strong shooter mechanics? Because they haven't shown that they're able to do that yet. So I'm kind of like, is it going to be pro? Is it gonna be not pro? I'm not sure. I'm interested to find out.
Are you interested in the story?
Oh well, that's the most important part of the game, obviously. Or maybe
That's
not.
true.
No, here's the thing. Like with RPGs, it's like the story itself isn't actually the most important part of the game. The most important part of the game is the presentation of the story, which is something they've always been good at. So I'm not really worried about that. I'm excited about the game. And I'm excited to learn more about the game, to actually see like a decent amount of gameplay footage come out of the game. But at this moment in time, we don't really have much. We just have, you know, whatever.
My strategy is to cease watching anything related to it from this point on and just play it, like when it launches.
Well,
that's my plan.
That's usually what I do. I call that entering media blackout. If I decide that I'm in on something, like I decided I'm gonna watch Jurassic Park, right? So as soon as I realized it was Jurassic Park, I stopped watching the commercial. Because I'm like, okay, that looks awesome, and I stopped watching the commercial. And now when commercials come on, I won't watch them, I won't read reviews about it. I'll just see, oh, the reviews say it's good, so I'll go watch it. And I do the same thing with games. Here's the thing though, is that I will probably watch the next trailer of the game, because I want to see what the combat looks like. Not because I'm gonna get it either way. Like even if the combat sucks, I'm still gonna get it because of the way the game plays, like the story and stuff, the way you interact with the story. But I would like to see if they've added like really good or even fairly good like either cover mechanics for a third-person mode, or if they added fairly you know, punchy first-person gun battles that are proper pro mode. Which, you know, it could go either way. So I'm interested about that. But I'm definitely gonna get the game. I'm definitely very excited for the game. I think it will be sweet. I think it will be amaze-tacular. I'm feeling good. How do you feel? Are you pro-matic, ecstatic for the game?
Well, yes, I just said that I'll just stop watching any content related to
Yes.
it, and just, you know, spend my money because it's Bethesda.
Do you already pre-order it?
I'm going to, like, tonight.
It's on Steam already.
Oh, is it up for pre-ordering?
It's already on Steam. You could already buy it through Steam, yeah.
Oh, now here's the thing.
I'm strapped.
Play on PS4.
Oh.
Because
That's
my
cool.
PC, it's an old machine and overheats when the graphics get intense.
That's good too.
But
I play a number of games on
played
PS4.
Fallout- I played Fallout 3 on my friend's PS3 and it was super laggy for some reason.
Yeah, there's a problem with the
So-
PS3 and Fallout where the PS3 wasn't caching like the bodies correctly. Like what happens was is anytime you disintegrated a body, it didn't know how to store that in the memory, so there's memory leaks or something weird like that. So the longer you play the game,
Listening.
the less stable it
What
got.
do you come to me with?
Yeah.
But I'm fucking excited. I'm really excited.
I'm glad you
Where is
got
she?
a PS4 instead
Why
of
we not return with her?
thing, Xbox
Xbox,
One.
yeah.
She's in
Same.
Crookback Bog. Got food, a place to live, and keeps herself busy. Didn't look like she had the slightest desire to leave.
You were to bring
Did you
her
add me
back,
on
not
PSN?
report on the conditions she
Not
lives
yet.
under.
I was supposed to find
You
her,
could try to add me
and
though.
I did.
I'm N00B
That was
space
our deal,
F00.
nothing more.
Okay.
You still think me rotten to the core. A base bastard, don't you? You believe I alone am at fault for what happened here.
Doesn't matter what I believe.
Yet, looking at you, I see contempt. Can't speak for the world
This is
you
odd.
witches inhabit, but in
As we
ours,
speak, I'm
nothing
talking to
is
this
ever
guy from
black and white.
AFCON, and he said to me that he saw my killboard.
Probably gonna
And
say
wants
you're
to
not the only one
invite
to
me
blame.
over.
Alright
What
then.
the F?
I'm willing to hear your side of the story.
Did he tell you?
Like, what? Do people do that?
People
That's
do what?
weird. Like, people just come and tell you that they've seen your killboard and they
With
want to
Annie.
poach you.
It was love at first sight.
I've seen people do that occasionally.
Spear
It is slightly
torn
weird
from my
though.
shoulder at the Battle of Anchor.
That
It's
is weird.
unusual,
She
but not
tended to
unheard
the
of.
wound. Once I'd recovered, I asked her to marry me.
Do they just spam
She
mails
went
like
to
this?
enjoy.
I bet they do.
Oh, it's a male?
Soon
Then yeah.
after,
Spam.
Tamara was born. And after that, they sent me to Sidaris. The warlord had risen against King Ethan, and Foltest sent help. It was one battle to the next. One conflict after another. It was a life of war. I was seldom home, and I found comfort in drink. Grew so fond of hooch, I couldn't part with it when I did get home.
Still seems like your fault to me.
Will you let me finish?
All right. What then?
I went from front to front, battle to battle, collecting soldiers' coin, while Anna sat alone with the babe for months. Later, I learned she'd not been so alone after all. For nearly 3 years, she'd found comfort in the arms of one Evan, a childhood friend, a dog's bunghole. Understand, damn it? One tussle in the hay I'd have waved aside, put it out of my mind. But the woman cuckolded me for years, without a whisker of concern for me, for my love.
How'd you find out?
Came home one day and Anna was gone. Her things too. Found a letter. She wrote that she didn't love me. That she'd left me for that knob licker and taken Tamara with her. Felt like I'd been rammed in the arse by a horse. I went to find the bugger, to get the girls back, bring them home. Yet soon as I saw him, something turned inside me, something dark. I slaughtered the shit-eating twat and fed his carcass to the dogs.
Guess they call you the Bloody Baron for a reason after all.
What?
Your nickname. Makes sense now.
No, that's an entirely different story.
Imagine Anna wasn't exactly pleased.
Ha! Bloody understatement if I've ever heard one. She flew into a fit, hysteria, threw herself at me, kicking and clawing. Finally grabbed a knife. It would have been the end of me if I'd not leapt aside. It was the first time I hit her. I had to calm her. Felt I had no other means. Things changed. They would never be the same. Anna tried to take her own life, and mine, several times. She would prod me, goad me, taunt me, in the hope I would hit her again, perhaps. She'd scream that I'd robbed her life of love, that I'd destroyed the idea for her, and so might as well kill her. How many times I apologized. How many armfuls of blooms and gifts I brought. She cared not a bit. 2 years of her anger had turned to indifference, broken at times by her bouts of hysteria and my bouts of drunkenness. Cannot fathom how we survived those years, but we did. Though as you know now, not everything was as it might have seemed.
Got only yourself to blame, I think. Leaving her to fend for herself.
How was I not to? I was a soldier. I had no choice.
There's always a choice.
Ah, sod it all. I see all my prattlings for naught. You won't bring Anna home, I know that. Will you betray to me how she landed in that bloody swamp?
Your wife is with the Crones, as their servant.
What the fuck do you mean? What crones?
Ones who live in Crookback Bog.
I want to work for Bethesda when I graduate.
I've heard
That'd be
folk
fun.
speak of them, and thought it naught but tales to
That would
scare
be pro.
the children with. How on earth did she land there?
I got an internship from Ubisoft, but I turned it down. But Bethesda would be like awesome.
She made a pact with the Crones and... well, I think she might have lost her mind.
A pact? What the bloody hell?
She was with child, a child she didn't want to bear. Went to the Crones for help. They promised to rid her of the problem in exchange for a year of her service. And they kept their word, in their own twisted way.
What do you mean?
Anna must have thought the child inside her would somehow disappear. Instead, the crones sapped her of strength